This week, it's all about taco salad, or if you prefer, a Mexican grain bowl. We've got riced cauliflower, we've got hamburger, we've got black bean refried beans, and homemade tortilla chips. Join us in a few. Hi, welcome back to One Dish, Two Ways. I'm Sheila. My husband Joe is behind the camera, and we eat differently, and we like to show people how you can make that work in your house. So I eat primarily whole food, plant-based to cure my migraines, which is working, and Joe eats standard American diet, sometimes swayed to the keto side. So we like to show people that it's really not as hard because there's a lot of ingredients that are shared, and this is a prime example of a great meal to serve with anybody and any diet that they enjoy or that they're following. This is taco salad, Mexican bowl, whatever you would like to call it. I just want to show you some tips and tricks because everything is already cooked and we just have to make our bowls. So let's start with, Joe has ground beef. So it's just standard old ground beef, and I added taco seasoning. I make a homemade taco seasoning that doesn't have salt. So that's his ground beef. In the middle here, I wanted some Spanish rice, but I didn't want to make rice, and I had riced cauliflower in the freezer. I also had about a half a cup of peppers and onions in the freezer, and I had a few mushrooms that needed to be used. So I just put all that into a pot right here, let it cook for about 8 minutes, and added some taco seasoning to it. And now I've got some Spanish rice to go in my bowl. And then for our beans, Joe prefers the refried beans over the whole beans. And I said, oh, we got black beans. What if we just mushed the black beans and turned them into refried beans? So that's what I did. So I just took 1 can of black beans. I rinsed and drained them. I put them in here. And then as they were heating up, I just used a potato masher and I started mashing them. And I added a little bit of garlic, powdered garlic and powdered onion. So those are our hot toppings. Now let's talk about some of our other toppings and give you a few tips. Cilantro. I absolutely love cilantro, and I got it today because I was at the Mexican market. And some people may not know, you don't want to leave your herbs in those plastic bags when you come home. You want to treat them as they are a plant or flowers. So I always come home, I get them washed, get them dried, and then I put a little water, put them in a mug, and now these are going to be good. I might have to add water in a couple days, but now this cilantro will last me all week. Because unless I'm putting it in like salsa or something, Joe's not just going to eat that, whereas I have some for my bowl because I love it. And this is, if you follow whole food plant-based, you know that Dr. Eisel said cilantro is one of his greens in his list of greens. Next tip I want to give is if you have one of these big containers of greens, easiest way to keep these fresh, because sometimes you might not have a big tub to put them in where the liquid would drain, is to put a paper towel, just one piece of paper towel on here, and that'll keep the moisture, and this will keep this dry, and then they'll be fresh all week long. So I've also got some spinach that I coarsely chopped here, and then we like iceberg because we like the crunch of the iceberg. We have green onions here. We've got homemade salsa. We got taco sauce, and I love these. If you like sweet and hot, these are really good from Trader Joe's to go on top. Then my last really great find, I covered this in our salsa and chip video, but that has been over a year now, is if you go to your Mexican market in town, I cannot find these at the grocery store, you can go in and they have these corn tortillas and they are only corn, water, and lime. No oil, no nothing. So they are great to chop up into tortilla chips. And then I want you to, this is 5 minutes in the air fryer. For that crunch. So for me, these will go on my salad. And there's only 3 of them, and look how many it made. You can cut them in any way. You could do it in the oven too. I would say 400. I'd watch them because I have gotten these a little too done before. But these will be the tortilla chips from my salad. Joe has on the border chips. So let's get these going. Honey, you want to make your own bowl? Yeah, why don't you do yours? And I will do mine. So here's some other toppings while I'm making it. Corn, peppers, onions, mushrooms, different kinds of cheeses. You could make a queso. You could do black beans. You could do pinto beans. You could do charro beans. This is a great meal to just set it all up. And no matter who's coming over, everyone can make what they want. Somebody's keto, they got lots of different meat. They got cauliflower rice here, and then they can make theirs. If somebody is vegetarian, we've got all the vegetarian food. If you got Joe and you want to get meat and cheese in it, we have all of that available. So this is a great meal when you can't think of what to do with people who are all eating differently. So the base of mine will be my greens. And then I'm going to add my, see, Joe's got his greens and now he's going to put his chips on. So I'm going to add my rice. This is going to be so good. I'm glad I found those peppers and onions in the freezer. I'm going to add my beans. I'm going to try to make my, oh, guacamole is another ingredient that you can put on. So I got my beans. Definitely want green onions because I am a huge fan of green onions. Now let's do our pickled jalapenos over here. So I'm curious, what do you put on your Mexican bowl or taco salad, whatever it is that you like to eat, or what you want to call it, I should say. I'm going to add salsa to mine. This is homemade. And then I'm going to add cilantro. Oh my gosh, look at this bowl, guys. Oh, my chips. Sorry. Put my chips all around. This is going to be phenomenal. Another great date night. It's Saturday night. Foster dog has been going to a different family, so it's going to be pretty quiet around here, so we're going to take advantage of that. Oh, I might not need all of these. Look at that. Okay. Here's your fork, babe.
Almost there.
Yeah, no problem. Did you get your cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he put his chips on the bottom. So he's basically, well, they were on top. They're underneath all the ingredients, right? Besides the greens.
Greens, then the chips.
Okay, so let me dig in here.
Then the cheese and hamburger. And
I want to get a little bit of the beans and the Spanish rice. Ooh, and a little bit of salsa. That's a good idea to use with rice cauliflower. Or if you have cauliflower that you need to use in the fridge, you could put it in your food processor and pulse it to get it into this, and then any other veggies that you want, and then just, cook it up a little bit. And you've got some Spanish rice, just add some seasonings to it. You could add cilantro to that too. This is good. Another Joe idea. He was like, I'm craving taco salad. Let's make that. I'm like, that's a good idea. Primo. Simple. Easy. The nice thing is, we're going to have leftovers, so we can do this again. Joe wants to switch to nachos. He can do that. So we're going to have leftovers. This is kind of like meal prep too, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's yours?
Good. I use obviously when you fry the hamburger with the salsa, you got a little bit of the greasy mess on the bottom that helps as a dressing, and then that taco sauce basically is your dressing. And then the hamburger, the refried beans, being black beans, it's all mixed together, so I don't even really notice the difference.
And I've never done that before. I told him, let's do something different. And he was fine with that. So black beans are just so good. So yeah, there you go. We wish you were joining us for this feast where you get to make your own bowl. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you like what you see, if you could like and subscribe, we do put out videos every Wednesday night. And we hope everyone has a great week. See you later.